Oh, well, what we could do is we'd have to get the floor plan, and we'll get all that once the purchase is made, the blueprints and whatnot. But we could theoretically, like, you know, build a safe house underneath.
Sure, whatever you want to do. I was thinking I was just gonna gift it over to you anyway.
Wait, what? Why?
Well, you wanted a thing.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you. I just wasn't expecting it, but of course, I guess.
I mean, what would I do with a club?
Well, if you still need help getting that heart, I guess. I mean, I can help you if you're really set on it.
I think there's gonna be like a moment of silence where I like completely forget about the heart thing. It's like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, I don't need a heart. What do I need a heart for?
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you talked to what would you call him, Rasputin? Rasputin was like, "Oh, never mind. Either okay. Well, that's
Was that
great
Rasputin?
news."
I thought that was Idris. No, it just gave me the. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Saying, do me a quick wit socialize, please.
Me?
Yes. And yeah, the guy called Rasputin, you kinda heard of him? He's one of the Hierophant of the cult, so he's pretty important.
Oh,
Would
so
she know though, since I've only ever called him Rasputin?
Well, it fits the description of.
I spotted him at the party,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
Yeah.
that.
Would you though? Because you were in the bathroom.
No, she was in the at the party for a moment. They went into the bathroom, but she kind of
I did
looked
see
around.
Yeah. So, and then I do have a out of status in the party, so I'm sure, or in the.
Oh, you went communist for you were paying attention?
No. So I would at least know who's in charge, and I would at least know what he would look like.
Yes, he's one of the two main. Well, he is the high priest, and there is a high priestess.
Who's this? Do I know, or have I not met?
She's called Sibyl, but you have not met her.
Okay.
She's pretty reclusive.
And they call her Sybil.
Mother Sibyl.
Okay.
But yes, the Hierophant is not someone to fuck with.
No. I would certainly not call him. I would certainly not say that to his face.
I did. Literally did.
You heard of him? He's part of a bloodline. You don't know the specific about it. And that's all.
Okay. Well, I guess we have a club. That's a good start.
Well, not yet. Again, couple of days.
Yeah.
End of the week, I hear.
Okay. Well, that's good news. I'll have to tell my personal assistant at some point, and yeah, I'm sure it needs renovations, and I'm sure it needs to be.
Well, no, it's not like a defunct club. It's literally open right now. That was one of the selling points. That it opens usually at like 11 o'clock and it closes at 6 a.m. You know, our hours.
Sure, I suppose we can keep it as well. We'll have to check it out. I mean, if it's doing well right now, don't if it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's it could get a facelift. We could always reinvent it. Well, that's a lot to but I thank you. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm very flattered, and I certainly owe you a favor.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's a gift.
Does any of you have any dots in politics?
I do.
I do.
I have 3 dots in politics.
I don't, which is great.
Well, and now you can roll intelligence politic right now.
I suppose I'm not there involved with the conversation, so I'll wait until they ask me to.
Nobody wants.
No, I'm all alone.
It's all good and all, but the section in terms of vampire territory, it's probably under someone's. It's probably already in someone else's territory, so You can have a club, but
turf war.
We have to petition the prince to get. Well, yeah, we'd have to figure out some sort of legality to say, okay, we own this club. Whoever has reign over this territory, we'll give you a blood tithe.
Yeah,
Or get them to grant you a serfdom.
That's what a blood tithe is, basically. Yeah, it's basically a really, really good spot. So you're gonna have to be very persuasive to actually come.
Thankfully, most of my dots are in.
Well, persuasion, sure, but also, you can take it, but then somebody is not going to be happy that you've taken it, and then so. Well,
I mean,
this is good. This is good. Don't get me wrong. This is a good way that you either take power or you ask for it. So if we can defend it, then we can keep.
Yeah, you can definitely keep all the income that the club will generate, but in terms of feeding, you're legally you're not allowed to feed there because it's probably someone else's territory.
True, but it also gives us an ace in the hole. If the overlord, as it were, is too aggressive or whatever, we can shut it down entirely.
You could, if you want to piece out an ancillary.
Well, it's a
good start, but it's going to be more complicated than just taking ownership of a club.
Of course,
but it's a good start.
It's a great start, and
yeah,
that was good thinking, honestly. We'll have to. Well, I should call my sire and ask her a few things anyway, but she might be able to give us some information on to whose section of the city it belongs to.
Sure.
But okay, thank you, Ivan. You're. I got your back. Don't worry. If you ever need help, just give me a call. Okay?
Will do.
Okay. You be good.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay. I don't want to monopolize the time, but I kind of want to call Marie now.
It's okay. All of you will. Your phone credits will explode for all of you, but that's all right.
Unlimited nights and weekends, duh.
Right. Yes, you call your sire. No real problem here. She picks up quickly after only 1 or 2 rings. Yes, hello?
Hello, Marie.
Oh, Celine. How are you?
Well, I have many questions all of a sudden, in addition to what I wanted to ask.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of the club The Elephant?
Oh, yes. I've heard of it.
Well,
it's a bit loud from a test, but...
Do you know who claims the territory for it?
Oh, my. Let me think. Yes. I know for a fact that it's an Invictus. I mean...
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, dear. Okay.
Who was it? Oh, yes. It's the Baroness Elizabeth.
Oh, I see. Well, so you remember Ivan, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yes. He's kind of become something of a little brother to me, and he just is in the process of purchasing that, and he'd like to give it to me.
Well, that's very nice of him.
Yes, although I don't know politically whom that might upset.
Well, a lot of people. I mean, it might just... If you just purchase the club, it might not change a lot of things. It depends how you will behave, because it's really close from the castle of the Dukes of Brittany, and that's a hot spot for the Invictus. That's their main seat of power.
I'm still trying to point it out, but it is somewhere in this area.
Yep, it is.
That is between the hospital there and the museum I've been describing here.
Oh my, Marie. um, can you answer a few questions for me? How exactly do titles work in this city? Is Baroness an Invictus thing, or is that something that?
Oh no, it's Invictus thing. No, darling, the prince is very generous with the titles. No, Baroness is a title belonging to, yes, to an Invictus. I don't know how it works, but I think it's pretty high rank. Not top, they're not the top dogs, but
Duchess is the highest apart from royalty in
yes,
neutrality.
Duchess, well, our prince is a duchess. That means that I know because my sire told it to me. A duchess or a duke is someone who helped grasp control of the city from another covenant to the Invictus.
See, okay. And then I assume there's official titles just for the city that go across all the covenants.
Yes, the confessor of the courts, the seer of the courts, the bailiff, his hounds, the seneschal, and the. Let me just. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember.
Out of character Primus?
No.
Okay.
There's no.
Nobody
no
listens to
such
them
thing as
anymore.
Primus.
Oh, we got rid of that? Okay.
Well, every city kind of operates with its own titles, so.
Okay, so at least what we know about Elizabeth is that
Oh,
she.
the Herald, sorry. Yes,
Herald,
the Herald
yes.
of the
I think we
Prince.
met him.
You did. Yes.
And as for, there's a couple other things I just real fast, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course.
How do ghouls work specifically? Do you just give them blood and then they work?
Well, the specifics are a bit more complex than that, but basically, yes, you have to invest a bit of your power. It's hard to explain because it's very instinctive. But if you just give blood to someone, it will burn them, but it will not make them a ghoul. You have to invest a bit of your mystical might into it.
Do you need permission to do that?
The prince like to be informed, but you are free to create your own goals. Of course, goals can be quite handful, so any problems your goal creates is
Back onto you.
yeah. There's two family of goals in the cities that are independent. That mean they are recognized as kindred. They have the same right as us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then they sell the service to our kind. They're pretty good, pretty expensive, and they have enough power to get choosy over who they serve. But they are the best goal in the city, in my opinion. They're competent and have good grip on their emotion.
Now, I recall there was on the document that we received at the Elysium talking about the winter ball. Is that is everybody expected to dress up and attend and all of that?
Usually, yes. It's kind of an old tradition from the day where Valencia ex sanctum ruled with the Invictus. So, yes, it's well. Usually, you go in your finest clothing, and some people wear masks at it, but
Not exactly a good place to make a faux pas.
Um, Not as exactly. Yes, that's the only air of the night where we all are required to make it to not well, unless granted exception permission and exception by the prince, but not really a place to make a faux pas.
Okay. And as far as torpor goes, is it death? Is it just knocking you unconscious?
Torpor, what do you mean by that?
Um, well, a vampire, when they get staked, I heard some
Yes, I
stuff
know.
happen
Yeah.
with torpor.
Wait, why do you ask me that?
Well, I was just curious to know if what would happen if maybe I or some friends of mine were to torpor
What torpor who?
um, Ivan's sire.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
that would be a very bad idea. You might you will be taken. Um, it's a crime. Yes, it's not knocking out someone. It's physically assaulting them. So, well, you will make a lot of enemy if you do that, and you might pass before the prince.
I see. Okay. I didn't want to do anything hasty without knowing the consequences.
Also, I know the little fucker is quite fast and dangerous. So try not to do that.
I see. Well, and I guess the last thing is how long have you been, I guess, a kin?
40 years.
I didn't know if you were an elder necessarily, or if you were further.
It's not quite another yet. But I'm beginning to be someone.
Okay.
Of
Well,
course, most of my young years were spent just traveling. I settled down quite recently, to be honest.
okay. Uh, and at some point in time, I'd like to spar with you, just so I can see, well, what I'm capable of. But maybe not tonight, because I'm kind of twitchy.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I'm not the best, but I could certainly try to have a little sparring session with you.
I figure, as my sire, I might not. I know I would be able to stop myself, and I'm sure you would as well. I don't necessarily. I think I'm capable of some pretty terrible things, and I wouldn't want to
Oh,
let
yes.
that off leak, as it were. You don't play with fire if you don't expect to get burned, and I just.
Yes, you are one of us, one of the gangrel. They call us savages, but really, yes, we can do some pretty terrible things if we want.
Oh yes. So, but that's all I have. But thank you for explaining that, and at least now I have a better idea who might get upset with us. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. But thank you. Thank you.
Well, I would advise you to go to the Prince Court and try to have an appointment with this Baroness. Maybe just be civil first before resorting to dirty tactics. Just be aware that the Invictus they like the statu quo, so they're probably going to try to screw you over, but
Well, I think if
but
I know the limited knowledge I understand of the Invictus is that they prefer to be ruled by the powerful. So
yes,
if we can assert our own power.
they also like social presentaries. They like to keep the illusion of humanity. So you can maybe work with that. It's an angle of approach.
All right. Well, I appreciate your advice. It's been useful.
Don't worry about that. Call me if you need anything. I'm out of town currently, but I can be there quickly if you want to.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night,
And-
Celine.
Good night. Click. But yes, perfect. I will, of course, to kind of fast forward it, tell Ivan everything that I've learned, either through a phone call or through what have you, just so we can move it forward. But
Text message.
Yeah.
Yep. It's owned by the Elephant Invictus Overseer by Elizabeth. We should use some discretion, it looks like, but yeah, don't. I want to beat up your sire, but doing so might be unwise right now.
I mean, if it's a text message, didn't ask for that. Also, you're like the Walter White now. Tread carefully. It's like I'm the jester rebel. You're telling the tale. Tread carefully.
I'll the Invictus are a little stuffy, but they like their ways by the book, I guess.
I am the one that honks.
And I'm the one considering getting a squeaky toy because I like have this urge to chew on things.
You could
Anyway.
certainly try to throw yourself into forced.
Frenzy.
Yes.
I'm not doing that. No.
Well,
I mean, you are in the middle of a field. What's gonna happen, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, these are how bad stories happen. No.
Look, I heard about this group of werewolves. Nothing happened.
I guess to keep myself occupied, I will smell the ground and like see if I can pick up any animal scents, or one of the eventual aspirations I want to have is to catch and eat a fox. So I'm gonna do that.
Well, this is France, not England.
Foxes exist there.
No, I mean hounds. You know, the British nobleman sport of hunting foxes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, the fox hunters only hunt the foxes for food. They hunt them for pleasure, to watch them be torn apart by dogs.
Well, for now, saying you can. I'll be honest, you have no survival and one in wit, so do you want to roll for that?
Get lucky.
I have investigation.
Yeah, but no, if you want to go around and follow animal trail and scent, it's survival.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's a
Everything
wits.
that has to do with nature, it's like a chance dice right now.
Sure, why not?
Well, that's
Hey,
a dramatic
that's
failure.
Liz.
So you begin to kind of try to follow your instinct as a gangrel. Let the beast guide you. You think you managed to smell something that resembles a fox, something canine. You're not sure. It smells like wet dog, and you follow it in with wild abandon as your senses, like your mind gets set on the hunt, and you manage to go into a bit of a little forest, not just nothing too wild, but still, and you manage to face plant face first into the ground after tumbling through bushes of thorn, and you can take 2 bashing damages
Okay.
as you have ruined your clothes and basically your gangrel sister are disappointed in you. You can sense it.
I was worried that you were gonna like eat a servant's pet or something crazy.
Or I would just randomly walk around and then like find a wolf by accident who's not happy to see me.
Actually, we only had one wolf sighting in Brittany for the last century, and we think it's an ox. So
Okay. All
if
right.
you want to go hunt big game, you're gonna have to go to the zoo.
Yeah. Okay. Or to the other side of the Pyrenees.
Yeah, but that's quite.
That's a ways
walk.
away. Yeah, but okay. So I just run around in the dark and fall down.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, it's
That's
pretty
fine.
embarrassing.
I'll
but
come back defeated to my vineyard and then clean up. But then yeah, you guys you can move to another one.
But hey, at least nobody was here to record that on their phone, so.
Well, hey, I gotta learn some way, huh?
Lucian.
Yeah.
So, where does Lucian sleep exactly?
He's been sleeping at his hotel room.
Alright, so after a while, like, it's clear that you don't have the permission to feed here.
Okay.
And after a while, you were actually paying for your hotel room. Nothing too really costly, but still just a bit of money. And what are you doing tonight? Exactly.
Well, I think that's.
Oh, never mind. You have safe place and feeding room. Yes, you are allowed to feed here.
All right, that's what I was about to say. First, I was actually going to start looking up my my touchstone in the area, try to get a beat on where he is.
Your touchstone. Well, he's not in the same hotel as you. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
He has a flat like downtown.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess it'll be time to time to do a bit of net surfing on my smartphone.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to search?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be searching. I'll be searching up Thierry.
All right. Do me a wits computer roll.
Because I'm using the smartphone, would I get a +1 to it since I had a piece of equipment?
No, a smartphone is not a piece of equipment for searching. It's just a means. It's not really
Yeah,
something.
it allows access, I suppose.
Yeah, it only allows access.
Okay.
Uh, Remind me what. Where did you send me something about him? Hello?
Who are you asking? What?
I'm asking as if he sent me something about Lucian because I can't find it on his shit.
Ah. What was I supposed to have sent?
Just minutes. Yeah, just your ex-lover. That's right. Yeah, you do find that he's doing pretty quite well for himself. I don't think we had a profession for him, right?
Yeah, I said he was also a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a lawyer. All right. So he seems to be doing good from what you can see. He is an associate in a cabinet of lawyers. So he's not the best lawyer in town or the most expensive, but he has a couple of pictures on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. Seems to be enjoying life somewhat. They're still single, apparently, according to Facebook.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to get something like a phone number.
Phone number. Well, you get the phone number of his workplace, and you have his address where he lives, but no phone number. No.
I'll just do the less. Damn husky! I'll just do the less creepy thing and use the phone number to leave him a voice message.
On his workplace, at his workplace. Sorry.
Ah. Hang on, let me stop these dogs out. They're driving me mental.
Getting curious of the music. Air.
So, dead air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, that's the husky silenced for now.
Silly puppy.
All right. So you leave a voicemail at his workplace, right?
Yep, say, what? Yeah, it's loose. Yeah, and I've just not long ago arrived in Nant. Can we hook up meet up at some point? Something along those lines. Yada yada yada.
All right. Make me presence expression roll.
Okay, I'm gonna spend willpower on this one.
A failure will not be a dramatic failure because it is your touchstone. Even if you have your clan curse. All right, you'll leave what you think is a pretty decent voicemail. It's not his on his personal number, but you think he will get it. Of course, it's closed right now because it's around 10 p.m. 11 p.m. So no way he's getting it right now. Tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah,
What would you like to do?
next thing I'd like to do is to try to get in touch with one of the other guys. Who's at out of character? Who's at the museum?
Um.
Nobody. The museum's
Well, it
closed.
was.
Actually,
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was
wrong
either,
museum, though.
but
When I was looking up the museum times, that is a smaller museum that's next to the larger museum. And I didn't actually check the larger museum. But anyway, I already called somebody. Nobody's at the museum. Short story.
right now, you can call anybody you'd like.
I'll give Joshua a ring then. That's the first name that sprang to my head.
Always, the kidnappers always spring to your head first.
Hello, you've called Joshua's Hot Sexy Hotline. How can I help you?
Hi, it's Lucian here. How you doing?
Yep, saw your name on the idea. What's up?
Nothing much. Got anything on tonight?
I'm about to drive to a mall. It could be a spooky mall, or it could just be a mall full of teens, or the mall could be closed. I don't know yet. I just got an urge to, get out and do something.
Good. Think you could use an extra hand there?
Or an extra pair of eyes. I don't think I'm gonna try breaking down any doors or anything. But hey, if you
very
got a
sure.
credit card, maybe I could buy some things.
Yeah, I got a few. Yeah, I got a credit card on me as well as cash cards. Yeah, can't be too bad.
Tell you what, I'll swing by in a few minutes.
Okay. Hey, does Joshua actually know where Lucian lives? Well, currently inhabit.
I know where everyone lives. Any problems with that, Emmerich?
With Joshua knowing where everyone lives? You've
Yeah,
killed Emmerich.
he'd
Alright,
probably be a
And-
terrible hacker if he didn't look up everyone.
you put it on your Facebook profile. You keep updating your geolocation. I can't believe it, man. But yeah, if Lucian tells him where he is, I'll go ahead swing by and we'll go investigate together.
Hey,
Huh. All right. I need to check something in the chronicle. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trying to see. Yep. Common sense is a merit you have to buy. So yeah, let's go to the spooky mall.
For some reason now they have second thoughts.
Josh's brother-in-law. Okay, so Spooky Mall. Is the Spooky Mall open at this time of night?
No, absolutely not.
I figured
clo-
not. Oh, but that's okay. I can do maybe like a little drive around and just try to spot out any cameras or anything on the perimeter.
You could do that with a perception roll.
Okay, I think that's wits resolve.
Yes, it is. With composure, sorry. Every time. Every
I
time.
know, I do it too. I literally
I shall-
just do it.
I shall also lend my eyes, since I got acute senses.
Oh, well, what does acute senses does? I forgot.
Well, one, it completely gets rid of a vampire penalty for seeing in darkness, and it also adds an extra dice to any rolls to use your sense. It is per blood potency.
All right.
Pretty nifty little merit.
So Joshua, you don't see anything. There's
Would you
a
like to
parking
critically
lot.
fail though and crash into the mall?
There's a parking lot and an underground. An underground parking lot, and there's quite a lot of parking space in front of the mall.
If you
It's
had a
pretty big.
car accident and crashed into the mall, you probably could get in.
Lucian, you can spot some camera, like security cam, like in the entrance of the underground parking lot and near the entrance of the mall itself. They seem to be, well, active.
All right, I point these out to Joshua. And I do mean literally point them out since we're trying to be discreet.
Well, you're in the car, so you're pretty far from
Yeah,
there.
I'm a lawyer, can't help but be paranoid.
You can certainly be paranoid.
Okay. And I guess just on another note, nothing seems to be odd in the perimeter at all, right?
Not really.
Hmm,
I mean, it's kind of dead at night, so
Of course. But you
Good.
know, no creepy ghosts wandering around or anything.
well, if there is spooky ghosts, you can see them. So,
Mhm.
who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Okay. Well, we know there's the security cameras there. They probably have an alarm system at the very least, and we're doing some creative breaking and entering anyway.
They probably have some sort of guard.
Probably a couple
Maybe.
of rent cops in there, yeah.
But
So of course the big question is,
you do know that guards are not armed generally, and they don't carry lethal weapons.
Right.
Not
The
allowed
usual
to.
job is to point out that something's there,
And call
either
the
tell it to
cops.
go away, or call the cops. So of course that leaves us with access to the security system. Now, here's a wild attempt at easy access. Is there any part of it that is wireless that I can connect to?
You can try luck.
Would you like me to roll just like a chance die?
Um, I roll in secrets.
Okay.
No, there's nothing.
All right. So they're not so stupid to have like 50 wireless cameras
Now,
running around with like a
there's a
router with password being like password or something.
there's a free Wi-Fi spot near the McDonald's that's inside the mall, but seems to be closed at the moment.
Right. Not quite
Go
the same level
figures.
of access I was looking for. But hey,
Not
free
really.
McDonald's internet.
Yeah,
All
everybody
right.
likes
So the
McDonald's.
alternative, of course, is to try to break it into, and I don't think I got all the tools for that. What about you?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not my end, anyway.
Hmm. I mean, I could throw a couple of these auto pickers I have. I still have them back from when we were looking at the hospital, but that'll only get us so far, and it's not like we're looking for anything in particular. Just trying to nose about.
Well, just my presence here is breaking law since, by all accounts, I'm technically an illegal immigrant.
Hey, you and me both. I guess if one of the guards stepped out, could always ask him to let us in. Wink, wink. But, hmm, nothing seems to be too fishy. Just seems like a normal mall from the outside, at the least.
Yeah, it's
What times
kind
is
of
the
big.
mall open?
It opens around 7 a.m. and closes around 8:30 p.m.
Okay, so pretty early in the night, and then reasonably early in the morning.
Yes,
So generally, we're not going to get much of a look around in the first place. I should probably make a couple friends who can actually pick locks.
that may be a good idea. At least if you want to break in places.
Oh, and there's obfuscate. Actually, that could probably let you just walk right in if you wanted to.
I can't quite go invisible, but I can make it so no one actually is able to get a lock on my appearance. Their eyes just slide off me.
Wasn't obfuscate that you couldn't be in places you weren't meant to be?
The lowest
Yep.
rank of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I could walk in under review of the cameras, but just no one would be able to see precisely who I am.
Hmm. So I think until we want to be more serious and do like a real break-in, I think we just gotta do more planning.
Look
We
easy.
know where their
We'll find
cameras
it
are. We know
now.
we've got to get into that. I'm sure they got a breaker somewhere around here for that.
Usually those are on
Maybe
the
on the
inside.
outside, possible. Uh, yeah, actually, that could be a thing. I could do one more circle around the building and see if maybe there's some kind of breaker for the cameras, something to connect to them.
Do me a perception check -2.
I'll also help out with this.
It's composure, and we're going for a -2. That's still 3 dice. It's a 0.
Yes, there seems to be one. It's pretty high because this is like a 3-story high. Well, even more than that.
Mhm.
So yeah, there is one. It's next to a door that seems to be large doors that seems to be here for delivery purposes.
Delivery purposes, you say?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good lead. And hey, maybe if we can hijack another car, we can get the right kind of delivery truck to, well, disguise ourselves.
Yeah,
So that's a few
I-
steps of a plan in. Got a good eye, though. I like that. Well, until we come back with some more equipment, you know of any good parties?
Mm,
Do lawyers even do that, or do they just like shuffle under a whole bunch of paperwork?
sorry, what was that?
Do lawyers even have parties?
You have no idea.
Well, let's go ahead and find one then. Pick your poison.
Except, yeah, if we were back at home, it would be easy, but this ain't home for me, so that's gonna be trickier.
All right. I'm going to suggest perhaps something along the lines of maybe interwits socialize to use social media to try to find ongoing parties and just try to filter into them.
Sure. Do me that.
Okay. Gotta socialize. We're gonna go with int. Picking up my phone. You know, it's kind of the middle of the night.
You use the chance die.
Oh, have I been on that the whole time? That might have
Uh,
been why the other one failed
maybe.
too.
Yeah, it did.
Whoops.
Whoops.
All right, so let's roll for real now. You know, it's kind of the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's kind of middle of the night, and you're a bit too old for, well, or too dead for.
One and the same, really.
Yeah, for oh damn, a students' party. So, and it's not a day for that. So.
Mm-hmm. Ah, it's all dead. There's nothing to do.
Just as
Lucian,
dead as we are right
Lucian,
now.
I'm bored.
Yep, if you get that kind of guy, we could always try the gay clubs.
Yeah, I don't think they have much activity going on either at 1 a.m.
Well, there is activity, but not the kind that, well, usually, you know.
You know, a party's a party. And I'm gonna claim Wonton for that and go anyway because I need to do something.
Huh. All right.
Cue the 70s porno music.
Oh no.
So there's a club called the Blockmen. Literally, it's one of the best clubs in the city. It's very much a gay club
Hmm.
with a name like that. You see that nobody is like there's no bouncer at the entrance or anything like that. Just there seems to be a party going, like people are enjoying themselves.
Hmm.
It's feeling it's kind of getting late, so you can see that there's aren't a lot of people alone. There's a couple dancing. There seems to be some back room, and a lot of people are still drinking, and it's there's loud music playing. It's kind of nice. There's a very large gentleman with no shirt and all muscle, and has a winks at you when you enter, Joshua.
All right, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start some conversations, buy some drinks, and just have a nice good time.
So you're
And
trying to hunt.
maybe someone's looking for an even more fun time. Fun with
Mhm.
a little kiss.
All right.
Oh,
Get
no.
to fill back up tonight.
You're definitely poaching, but
But if nobody notices, maybe it's all
yeah,
fine.
I mean, it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I gotta get my vampire on.
Yeah. Do me a presence socialize because it's not minus. Is Joshua gay? Like, is this is kind of scene, or has he ever flirted with guys before?
I've been debating that because I haven't defined it, but I'm gonna go with middle of the road bi here.
All right, so no.
He's a man of the internet. He's a man of culture.
Yeah, as it's probably already apparent, Lucian's actually bi and has obviously, as Emmerich knows, has an experienced relationship with
Yeah.
men.
So let me. So you're poaching in a club, so it's -2 to your roll.
And I had 4 dice to begin with, so that's already taken off a fair bit. And I can always spend blood to make some blood.
You sure could.
And I forget how that works. I think that would let me just add in 1 singular extra die, so that's a huge
No,
help
you
for
had
sure.
one. You can spend blood to add one of your discipline.
And my disciplines aren't greater than 1, so...
You're not going to seduce anyone with blood alchemy, that's for sure. So
This
yeah.
is awfully true. But I'm extra resilient in bed, wink wink.
You may not want to go that far.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna go ahead and store my blood. If I fail, then no harm, no foul, nobody cares.
Just
So
need
let's
to
go ahead and see
see
how it
what
goes.
Wanton does.
Oh, that's a good question. I believe I only have a penalty to resisting, but if you want to roll that, maybe I have a chance
No,
of
you have a
actually party going.
yeah, you have a penalty to resolve in composure roll. I said present socialize, not intelligence. Is it the same?
So, composure would be lower.
No,
He said
presence.
presents.
Why do you?
Like Santa gives you presents.
Yeah, I'm just confused what the question is.
No, you rolled the wrong thing.
Oh, I haven't rolled anything yet.
Oh, okay, we must be
Oh,
looking at your
alright.
old roll then.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting for final confirmation. Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
go ahead
presence
just with the -2
socialize.
penalty, and we'll see how it goes.
Well,
No luck tonight.
You're having a
not
great
as hot
night.
as you think you were.
I feel awfully judged at this club now that people
Well-
actually care about how I look.
I mean,
You need Celine to help make you over.
it's not that you're not hot, but as soon as you begin talking about computers, like, wow, you're kind
You're
of
just
level
a
as a
nerd.
nerd. Yeah, people don't really care at this hour of the night about what you do
Hey,
for a
let's
living.
get out of here. We ought to go back to my windowless van.
Yeah.
But I'm a social intelligence acquisitioner. I mean, okay, maybe that's not the greatest pick. Wait a second, where are you going? No.
Would you like to make that a dramatic failure?
I'll take some experience. Yeah, I'll make it a dramatic failure. How badly do I do? How bad of a nerd am I?
All right. So you begin to try to talk with people and just, get a little bit of sucky on. When out of the blue, someone is approaching you.
Okay.
And a fellow in leather jackets, kind of goofy, and you have trouble focusing on him until he's close to you, and you see this handsome boy.
Oh dear
Oh,
God.
wow.
Come to you and say, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
Well, clearly not getting as many chicks as you are.
This is my turf. Coming here, just think you can get a free drink?
Hey,
It's not
man,
how
I'm
it
just here
works,
to
boyo.
party. I'm just here to have some fun, you know?
Well, wanna have some fun? Alright. He comes next to you and tries to grab you by the arm. Come on, show you some fun.